shortly, we're going to have
Good morning, Memphis State University. This is Sherman Hall from the University of Southern Mississippi. I'll be one of your overall judges today at the PASIC competition, college level, in Nashville on November the 10th. I am situated right in front of the box on the lower level. It gives me fairly good elevations to see your total program. I hope to catch as many things as I can, and I look forward to an excellent performance from you. Good luck. Okay, good luck today. Okay, Memphis State, we're in this auditorium. It shouldn't be too much of a bounce. I'm located under the balcony, so I'm really sure that it's not going to bounce around too much. Good luck. Okay, Memphis State. Phasing pattern between the timpani and the keyboards. Clarity pattern, snares. Left hand, guys, snare drums. I'm not hearing enough phrasing coming from the keyboards. You can do a lot more than you do. Nice visual from the keyboards. The snare drums. A little timing between cymbals to the snares because of staging. I didn't hear that run down. Careful with diddle snares. Diddle's got to be lined up better than that. Cymbals, you make sure that you get your cymbals lined up correctly. I'm having trouble throughout so far having good balance between the keyboards and the battery. Nice change. Bass drums under. We have some dynamic shading here, but not everybody's doing it. But the problem is the battery is coming down, but they're not coming down enough in support of the keyboards, okay? Perhaps some way you can discard that the dragon type claw over the bass drums. A little bit more musically done, more choreographically done in relationship to the keyboard part there. Singlets. Figures that the comments that the battery has, you're going to have to do a little bit more musical comments on it rather than just playing one dynamic like, make it a lot more musical than that. Yeah, those heads really don't match the color that you get out of the toms, the flam heads, K-flam heads. A little bit more crush roll if you're going to do that Scottish style drumming on front. I had a little trouble getting, you're leading me into the little triplet fill in this particular phase. The transition wasn't as clearly articulated as I think it should be. Not hearing the counterpoint that's between the vibes and the wooden idiophones at a lot of times. It's not balanced very well. colors that you get from the keyboards. Make sure it matches also with, in relationship, especially with the tom. I don't think that one little note right to end the phrase of keyboards with the keyboard phrase. And the color was a little bit too harsh. Good balance on the socket run down. It wasn't a very good balance there. Right. Some player problems that race run. Maybe a little pushing down on those such stuff, let's say. Those diddles, tops. Clarity problems, guys. Let's get better than that. Yeah, when you go to the lower end of the volume spectrum, you have a lot of fuzzy problems. So. Facial effect. Clarity problems coming out of that. Going from back sticking. Watch those diddles lining up when you're doing the back sticking. Timing-wise, the front and back is not lining up as well as it should be. I'm having a lot of problems here in the keyboards on the C-blind mice part, as the battery is really intense, and I didn't hear the melodic content at the beginning. Some phasing problems between the first and second side of the bed there. A lot of clarity problems, technically wise from the snare drum section. Right here, stylistically, I don't get a good feeling of what you're trying to tell me musically. You know, it's supposed to sway pop, pop. I got that indication from the keyboards. I couldn't feel it from the overall battery. Okay, yeah, what I'm talking about stylistically, I don't think it's hanging together as well as it should this last part. There's a little bit of this jump there. Appreciate your efforts today. There are a lot of pops, good ideas, not carried through as well as I think it should be. It didn't really, effectiveness-wise, I didn't really get involved into the musical performance as much as I thought I should. I think you're going to have to do spend a great deal more time with the aspects of musicality and balance and blend, especially when the keyboards are being used. Quite often, I think the keyboard parts could have been effective, but the way they were played, the battery usually was so strong that I couldn't really tell what your musical intent throughout. Okay, clarity problems in both the snares and the toms, especially the snares. You got to watch that little timing bits. Okay, bass drums were unobtrusive, and in times I thought you should have been brought out more. I think you need to make more effective use of the cymbal colors. You used them visually, but not enough musically speaking. All right, thank you very much.
Okay, looks like we're about ready to go. Memphis State. This is Ralph Hardiman from the Santa Clara Vanguard. I'm your adjudicator downstairs, execution, performance quality, as well as repertoire. Execution and program or writing. That's the two captions. I want to take this time to welcome you guys to the Percussive Art Society March and Percussion Forum here in good old Memphis, Tennessee. I'm looking forward to your performance today. I'm sure it's going to be a hot one. There's some great competition. So, I'm going to be roaming around between the first three rows up here and up to the pit, the white line there. And basically, going to be checking out everything in terms of uniformity, technique, tuning, quality of sound, balance between the segments, the touch on the instrument. We're going for the whole 9 yards. So dig it. When you guys are ready to go, I'm going to be here for you. Good luck, all right?
Dale and Adrian.
Okay, Memphis State. Looks like you guys are ready to do it. I'm looking forward to the performance. All right, nice one. That's going to be a piano. Mallets up front. Watch the vibraphone and the timpani together. Ensemble work unison. Okay, tenors, I got you. I heard you on that little release. All right, snares, be careful on your attack over here. Nice on the crescendo snares. Watch the release. Loosen attack up here with the bit. Nice tenors over on the other side. Let's go, tenors. Be careful on those left-hand little pedals. Nice snares. Be careful on the back stick. It's a little clarity problem. Nice sports sound to attack. I like the rising balance. Nice and got the touch. Yeah. Neat snares. I got you. I got you too, tenors. Watch that first right hand now. Nice one there. No release. Oh, there's basses up there. Watch the release. Nice interpretation. Super on that release. Big time sound. All right. Nice touch on the end there. Let's see what's up. Nice start, you guys. All right, this is a familiar chart here. Yeah, if we get back and check this out, see what's happening. All right. Nice touch on the mallets up front, the legato touch, and I like the interpretation of the snares and tenors that are accompanying. Watch the attack snares, clarity of articulation, even into fine, more challenging musical levels here, piano. Okay, I like the crescendo, de crescendo. Yeah, tenors, let's see if we can. Yeah, we can start out a little bit bigger and de crescendo that line be hot. Watch the attack, right and left hand snares. Okay, getting nice at the end of the phrase. Right. Nice blend up here up front. Watch the release of that tenors in a row. Okay. Nice and release there. Could have maxed out a crescendo a little bit more. Okay, watch the timing between the bells and the bass drum. Nice. Bass drum start out a little bit lighter at the top with the unison roll and snares, okay? All right, nice and release. release it. I hear a bad note in there someplace, Mel. Nice touch, though. Real nice touch. Thanks for bringing that back to me. Okay, some bass drum action. All right, bass is nice control of the timing up front. Basses. All right, tenors. Watch the rolls going around. Nice, closes there. Okay, be careful on those clam taps. Just watch those stick heights. Smoking, tenors. Get on with it. Gang, you guys are jamming on the one. I'm digging it. Later.
Good morning to the Memphis State University Marching Percussion Ensemble. This is Tom Hannum speaking. I guess we're here in Nashville for the Percussive Arts Society Marching Forum, and I'm going to be evaluating the overall performance today. I'm situated in the second balcony. I think as a result, most of my comments will be geared toward more of the ensemble aspects of your performance. I know you guys have put in a lot of time in preparation for this thing. I want to certainly wish you the best of luck and have a great show. We'll be back with you shortly. Okay, we got tape rolling here. Have a great show, guys. Oh, nice use of the themes from a construction standpoint, keyboards. All right. Some problems here as far as the splitting and staying together ensemble-wise. Yeah, a lot of your isolated entrances too in the snares. You had about 3 so far. Good job, tenors. About 3 entrances, just not quite together. Good for you. Quads. Careful, you guys over there on snares. I kind of like this thing with the bass drums. It's it takes a bit actually of the sound. It takes a bit of the sound. It kind of makes it a little bit less to the forefront. Nice scoring for that last section. Keyboards to the battery. Yeah, bass drums, you can come down a little bit there at the end of that phrase. Good for you. Yeah, obviously in a place like this you're going to need to be careful with bass balance. I really kind of liked also what was going on from a drill construction standpoint in that opening production. Nice control at the lower end here. You might want to think about getting some of those buzz rolls up about at halfway instead of in the center. Change the timbre there. You don't hear quite as many of the multiple bounces. It gets a little bit more of a sustained quality. Great control here. Again, watch yourself. You're getting some problems with this split setups. You're hanging in there. Don't get ahead of those keyboards. Yeah, it's not quite settled in there. Lovely ideas, though. I mean, I definitely appreciate, from a technical standpoint, what this whole thing is requiring from the kids. Good for you. Excellent. That's great. Yeah, careful with that familiar snare drum. You're hanging back a little bit more to the backside of you rather than pushing forward. you guys. All right, there we go. I'm not sure if it's me or what, but it sounds like the snares could be a little bit more choked. I'm not sure. There's a kind of a wet sound. It's pretty wide. Careful. Yeah, you're kind of rushing through the phrases in the battery here. So far, lots of variety in the program. I mean, it's well done. Excellent. Good, neat setup here. Integrated setup. All right, good use of accents and dynamic contrast. All right. Cello Rondo, appreciate it. You need to play that together though for the balance. You got some problems there between the bass drums, stage right, the snares. All right. This whole thing, I'm kind of losing the idea of what's going on melodically with the keyboard. Good for you. It's a neat drill setup, so definitely appreciate that. That last chart, though, like I'm saying, as you got just somewhat in terms of the disjunct nature of the construction of the music there, as well as just some of the volume levels and what you're doing. I mean, I appreciate what's going on, but I really did kind of lose the sense of, I guess, really what was going on melodically and harmonically.
Hey, let's hear
Great
it.
performance.
Hey. Wow, what a show. That was great.
Definitely an excellent performance. First time I've seen you guys. My hat's off to you. Congratulations. You have a fine program there. And, well, keep up what you're doing. I really like the ideas that are happening there. Maybe some of these comments were of some use to you. The biggest thing, like I was saying, I think is you need to just perhaps check out the balance things as it relates to the keyboard ensemble. And you had phenomenal contrast in the beginning presentation, and as we kind of went through into the program, that contrast wasn't as evident. So whatever. Great job. Thank you.
Okay. This is Rob Carson, judging at the Percussive Arts Society Marching Percussion Forum, and you would be Memphis State University. I'm going to be evaluating your performances in 2 boxes, and it's basically overall general effect. I'm in the balcony. I'm going to be looking at performance quality, which is execution drumming. This is really how well you perform the music you have. And I'll be looking at things like precision, execution, musicianship, interpretation, clarity and balance, tuning, technique, and uniformity. And it has a total of 50 points. The second box is general effect, which has a total of 50 points also. And that's going to be how well the performance comes off in areas of effectiveness of performance, repertoire, music, visuals, ensemble, showmanship, professionalism, and creativity. So I'm going to try to rank you on what I consider a national average here. And I'm going to try to direct my comments into these boxes so that you know how and why I arrived at the particular score I did. And I'm looking forward to your performance. It's nice and high up here. So far we've been able to hear real good, so I'm hoping that when we get the full ensemble out here, we'll have the same clarity that I've been noticing from the pit percussion here just a few minutes ago when you're warming up. Since we have a little bit of downtime here, I'm going to go ahead and turn this machine off, and I'll be back with you when you're ready to perform. Good luck to you.
I'd like to welcome you to the 8th Annual Percussion Art Society Marching Percussion Ensemble Competition. My name is Fred Sanford. I'm going to be your host for the competition, and we've got really a tremendous show today. In competition for the college division this morning, we have Memphis State University, Jacksonville State University. It's just the beginning of a musical journey that encounters space creatures and faceless aliens. The Memphis State Drumline will perform Mercury, their own translation of Santa Clara Vanguard's 1984 percussion feature, and a deranged arrangement of Three Blind Mice. The drumline instructor is Bart Dixon. Head percussion instructor is Frank Schaefer. The director of the marching band is Dr. Sidney McKay. Assistant band director is Dr. James Courtney. So would you please put your hands together and welcome the Memphis State Drumline.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good luck. Here we go. Uh-oh. Weak start there. Always wait. A little bit of Timmy was a little behind on the intro to get it done. Should have. Phrasing's good, but watch this execution on crescendos. Good wow, really great. Cool. Okay, guys, cool. Watch the little notes, the taps on the left hand. Okay, a little bit of phasing ensemble left to right. Tennis had a little bit of delayed in getting attack. A little bit behind is what I'm trying to say. Good phrasing, good. Cymbals work nice. All the visual things noted so far. Effect spot on the sheet. Cool, toms. Watch it. Okay, basses, picking up. Where are the basses? There they are. They're under the strange thing. Crispy critters, guys. Nice crescendo. Syncopation school. Okay, a little bit of stick problem there. There's one snare drum. This affects the sheet a little bit on our performance execution. Ooh, some definitely exposed snare patterns there. Good job, guys. The motion is noted. It affects bob the sheet. Good period that statement. Thanks for the intensity. Visual effectiveness has been very good so far. Got one interesting that when you came to that little to Catali's ending, one of the bass drummer, the whole ensemble froze for a minute. One bass drummer, a second from the top, trying to grab something. Should have froze that moment for a bit. Tasty little morsels. Oop, we'll watch it right now. Get the notes there. Careful, bells. Watch it. Timpani roll. It's sort of a bizarre release. Quality of the roll wasn't that even. Good snares. Split parts working. Good expression. Good ensemble blend in just the way the sound is being motioned for the listener is pretty interesting. Cymbal technique's been noticed. I didn't make mention of it earlier, but I want to. Effective, not much to say there. Bass drums, nice run, that was nice. A little hard place to do it from. Visuals not good. Nice drill and presentations fine. We'll watch the little notes and decrescendo snares. syncopation's good. It's nice. It feels good from up here. Visuals and everything similar. So that was nice with it. Okay, now let's watch it. There's some beautiful phrasing going on because you're doing so much phrasing. The execution suffers, but basically ensemble integrity has been there throughout all the phrasing of all the musical ideas, and that's worked out real well. Okay, picked up the tempo on the second time through that phrase. Okay, it's good. Good bases. What was in the phrase? Cool, guys. Okay, that was effective. I think the crowd reacted in the right way. Good job, Toms. Watch left hands. Nice feature. I like how you got the line staggered about and the quads off the side here. Okay, some little notes there, but all exposures are quite intense. Watch it. Okay, that's a real long feature, but it's effective. Cool lead into the mallets. Watch those left hands. Good event. Good, excellent way of staging snare line. Flam 5's cool. Visuals and all the different variations noted. Backstings being handled good. Good. I like the retard and the maestoso kind of feeling that was established by it. Mallets. Just the right notes. Okay, now the cymbal, you gotta be, the girl was playing the cymbals over here on the right. The right cymbals will be fine. Good run. A little bit of phasing here with the basses. The front of the pit. Ooh, nice. Visually very effective. Left hands. Okay, visuals now for me. You guys got all very effective. Mallets, good job coming in and set off from that tempo. It feels good. Watch it. A little sloppy here. Snares are accelerating a bit. Bass aren't going with it. There we go. Careful. Good, real effective. I got to give you a lot of credit for all the positioning and the idea. Ooh, the backstick and the left hand's really nice. Good job on the threes, cool. Outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Watch it. Somehow the basses are just really muddled. Well, we can't hold that against it anyways. At the end of the show. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for an outstanding performance. I don't know if my comments have been helpful. They're not supposed to be. What they are going to do is try to indicate why and how I generated a score.
Hey, let's hear it. Memphis State.
I was real pleased with... I was really pleased from your visual presentation on your ensemble blend. Showmanship was good. Tuning was, I didn't really make mention about it. From the beginning in, the clarity on the bass drums wasn't as much as I'd like, but that has a lot to do with the stage and where I'm at, so I'm not going to worry about that. Good execution overall. I think you got some of the comments in the areas where I thought the execution was weak. Now I'm going to go ahead and start getting down on my sheet here to give you my first score and get my score down so I have a good basis here to start things. Thank you for a nice performance, and I'll be with you shortly.
Fishing a little pond, and then all of a sudden the pond starts to get bigger, and then start reaching out further. I mean, everyone knows parts around that part of the country. Exactly.